let's get back into the kitchen. Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran. This is my place to talk about weight loss, life, fitness, being amazing. So today we're going to get back in the kitchen and we're going to make one of our favorite recipes for vegetables, and that is roasted beets. And this is super simple. You're going to need beets, fresh beets. You're going to need olive oil and a little bit of salt, pepper maybe, but I just use salt. And it is super easy, doesn't take a lot of time, and it's delicious. And this is actually one of our favorite ways to eat beets. I will warn you that I'm filming this afterwards, so your hands might be a little red. That's all fun, right? You can use gloves, just giving you fair warning. So let's get to cooking. You're just going to go ahead and start with a raw beet. And you just want to take a knife and cut the end off, and then you're just going to peel that off. The outside is very rough, it's very dry, but the inside is really juicy and red. And I usually, for the two of us, do about 2 to 3 of these beets. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on what size I can get. And you can see here that it doesn't take a whole lot of time. I was able to do that one beet in, a minute. And then here is the second one. Same thing. We're just going to go ahead and peel it. Now, I said earlier that this is one of our favorite ways to eat beets. It is relatively healthy. It is relatively easy. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients, which makes it a favorite. We do sometimes have a problem finding beets in the town that we currently live in. Walmart does have them here and there, but they are smaller, so you might need to have a few more. Once you have your beets peeled, you're just going to go ahead and take a knife and you are going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. And it really doesn't make a difference what size. I usually do about 1/2 inch to a full inch in size. And I just cut them up and I put them into a bowl. And you see that the sizes are not that big. And I just actually take care of that and do all of them that same way. Now, a lot of times I'm actually cutting beets for Kiwi's Chop. And if I'm making my cutting board red and my hands red, I just do all of my beets at the same time. And I will just put them into a bowl, put a lid on it, and put them in the refrigerator. And I have actually saved them for, at least 3 or 4 days. Now, when you're ready to eat, the hard part is already done because your beets are already cut and ready to go. So you just want to go ahead and get your beets out of the refrigerator. And like I said, you can save them for a couple days and you can see that they're just fine. These were in there about 24 hours. And they work perfectly. I have not noticed any difference in taste for them. And the next thing you're going to do is you are going to grab your olive oil and you are going to drizzle olive oil on top of your red beets. Plain and simple. Now, if you want to, you can measure how much you're putting on. I just drizzled dependent upon how much beets I have. And then you're just going to put some salt on them. I sometimes mix them up depending on how many I have. Make sure they get fully coated. Pour them onto your tray, and then you're just going to go ahead and salt them with however much you like, a little bit, lot, it all depends upon you. Once you are done with these, you're just going to go ahead and put them in the oven. I usually cook them at 350. Sometimes it's 375 or 400, depending upon what else I'm cooking for dinner. Now, I will say that typically it's 350, and it's about 45 minutes in the oven. You can hear them sizzling. They smell delicious. Oh my word, they're so delicious. Definitely try them because beets are fantastic. They're super healthy for you and they're tasty. No excuses.